So greetings Devans, very good evening from Tiruvannamalai. I'm sitting on the holy hill now, Arunachala. I think it will take a few minutes for the live to catch up with you. Yeah, I think it's live. Anyways, I don't know about the signal here. Yeah, signal shows. So hope you have been doing good. I've been doing good. I realized one thing that live should not be done from the hill in the evenings, because evenings are very hot here, very hot here. So it is better to do this in the morning. I realized that only after coming in the evening. I never do in the evenings here. I never come up on the hill in the evenings or afternoon because it's very hot. So mornings are the time I come. But today I didn't come up the hill. So I was most of the time down. I was in my meditation and all that. I was most in Ramanashram today, and I didn't feel like even coming up the hill. So mornings I spent down there. But then I thought, let me do it in the evening. And when I came in the evening, it's very hot. Anyways, I'm sitting right now in another location of the hill, isolated place again. Nobody is there here. I'll show you the view from here. It looks beautiful. There it is. This is another view. You can see the mountains, small hillocks around, and beyond the hillocks are the huge mountains. This is all surrounding the Tiruvannamalai. There is another. It's a beautiful scene here. It's almost cloudy here and no sun to be seen. I don't know if it's going to rain because every evening it rains here a little bit. So glad to have you all here. I thought since I'm in this mood of contemplation and reflection, let me just come online, and those who are interested in this aspect of the inner journey can stay back and just listen to it. Or anyways, I'm leaving back the recordings. They can, who is not here can see it later on. So greetings to all of you, and very warm welcome here from Tiruvannamalai, Arunachala hill, our favorite hill. So today what I was thinking, because as I was contemplating more on the verses of Sri Ramana, and the whole day it has been in that, yesterday whole day I was in that, and it's good, and that's what I wanted to say. Whatever we want in life, we must engage ourselves in that, whatever we want, whatever that is, even if it is worldly goal or material goal or even spiritual goal, whatever. Why I am saying this? Because as a seeker, I often walk with a lot of people, and they share their curiosities, their anxieties, their doubts, their fears, their insecurities, and a kind of curiosity and all that. So based on that, I can reflect, well, okay, this is probably what people might want. So as I am also moving on this journey, and I often contemplate a lot of such things and reflect back and then come to a certain conclusion. This is how we need to move on. So I thought, let me also share it with the others if it can help you guys, really. And as I said, there will be not much takers on this line because this is little deeper into the journey. It is all inwardly. So as I told you, we need to be prepared for this journey. Most of the time we say the spiritual life is not happening, or it's not going as per the intensity that we are longing for, or we are striving, but something, even the so-called I'm stuck and all that. I had put that in the video, last time's video. It's a hardcore fact, day ones. I'm sweating profusely. It's a hardcore fact that until we learn the science of what this journey is about and the intensity of it, until we go into that intensity, we are not going to get the results. So it is like the intensity that you put in, the interest that you have in the spirituality or your evolution, it's based on that. So let's say I am just 25% serious about my spiritual life, and I've got a lot of other worldly things to do, and then I am striving, my spiritual life is not happening. If you just sit back and reflect and see the kind of time you are investing towards your spiritual life, surely it has to be 25% or less than that. You'll see that equation very clearly. So that is why I say don't compare, because some people say, when they ask me, your journey, you have been sharing for so many years and this is what we see, how can this happen to us? I say, my journey is different, your journey is different. Because the intensity that you might be seeing in my life, I am constantly in this stuff. Constantly, you can say I'm 24 by 7 in this stuff. 24 by 7. Full time awake and active in the spiritual life and the pursuit. So, are you doing that? I'm not saying it's needed, but when we compare, that's the problem. So we shouldn't compare. It is all upon the intensity of that desire that you have to go strong. And that is what I want to reflect today on. These are the notes of the inner path that we talk about here. This very serious life when we are striving to go towards our... welcome Madhuji, Krishna ji, Shanji, Jai Madhuri ji. Nice to see you all. Rohit ji, nice to see you all. When we have this intensity to go in deep within here, surely things will start working out. I'm telling you. Assured it will work out. Because it is impossible that we put in a certain effect and we don't get back the results. So when results are not coming, we have to check the efforts. Efforts is not 100% effort. That's what I'm trying to say. The smart work in this journey and the hard work that we put. We believe it's hard work. The world called as austerities, tapasya and all, very hard. It sounds very hard and rigorous. Definitely it is. There are many paths that way which are very rigorous, very intense, and the results also are very intense that you get back in that. There are softer paths, there are very easy paths, but it takes a lot of time. Like the Bhakti Marga and all that. It's good, but it takes a lot of time to go. I don't know in one Janma you can really complete it or not. But the other paths, like the path of Shakti path or the Kundalini Marga or the Siddha Marga, and intense they are. Very intense. So it all depends on the nature of preparedness. If we are not prepared, most of the time what happens is people who enter into the Kundalini Marga or the Siddha Marga, they are not aware of the intensity. They are lured by something, maybe some mystical experiences, maybe the Kundalini experiences that other have, the third eye, psychic phenomena, siddhis. There are a lot of things that attract people into the Siddha Marga. And the powers and the results that it gets, the intensity. Some people are aggressive and they get into it. Or some people want quick results. It does deliver. Siddha Marga and all is very, very, very sharp and very fast Marga. But if the preparedness is not there, people get shocked. They get traumatized. Most of the time, they get traumatized because they don't know what's happening to them. Like for example, Kundalini symptoms are so much after the awakening, after the Shakti path happens, after the Kundalini rises. You should have that intensity to bear all that. And if you are putting intense sadhana, then you also got to have that kind of a body and mind. Body, I don't mean a six-pack and muscular. No, it's not that. You should have a cleaner body. Cleaner body and a body fit to take in that kind of energy. Otherwise, it takes a toll on the body, it takes a toll on the mind. And that is why many people go deluded. They think, what's happening? I'm doing everything right. I'm doing this marga and it's so beautiful. Everything is happening. But again, I'm telling, check the intensity. Check this preparedness. It all matters. So, I've been through this. I've shared all my symptoms and the things that this body went through. Intense and immense turmoil this body and mind has gone through because of the overwhelming effects of the rising of Kundalini. Because when Kundalini rises, before you are even prepared to handle it, then what happens is quick cleansing, because the results are very quick. So that preparedness is required. And if not, even in the journey, mid-journey, if you are realizing, okay, it's very intense, then also a person can shift on into that intensity mode and into the preparedness. One can prepare themselves for the journey. I'm talking about the Shaktipat Marga or the Siddha Marga, and they should be ready for that kind. So if that readiness is not there, many people don't do it intensely because they are scared. I've seen many seekers, not one or two, many, I can't number it, who say we have stopped meditation because this is happening. We do meditation, these things happen. We do our sadhana, these things happen. And like sleepless nights, or there is some kind of illness, some kind of trauma is happening and suddenly some distance is happening, like divorce is happening or things. These all seem going wrong. They are not wrong. They are not wrong. What is happening is what is not needed for you is being very quickly released and removed. Because the Kundalini Shakti is the cosmic mother, the divine mother that knows. It's an intelligent force. So there it works. There our intelligence will not work. So if we go to do that, then it's a conflict. You are invoking the divine mother, and when it Jagrita Bhava, and when it rises, it just finishes off karmas. And if you are not ready, if you say no, this should not, if you try to control that, you are fighting with the divine mother. Imagine that. So some things, these things should be known to us very clearly. If you do not know now also, you can spread these things, you can share these things with others who are, if they are facing such kind of intensities, because I've been through it, and it is a certain period, after that it will settle down. But during that period, depending on your intensity, if you ask for more, you will be given more. So your vessel has to be ready. Body and mind has to be ready. If it is ready, it will just pour in. That's as simple as that. If it is not ready, then there is no point blaming, nothing is happening. Are you getting that? So, who's this trying to join my video? What is this for? Are we planning to chat or something? Somebody is trying to join me on my this live. This is not the news channel, by the way. We are going to have debates. Anyways, I was going to talk on that. And this marga, I told you, after that certain intensity happens and after the things happen, when then load shedding happens. And when the load shedding happens, a lot of things goes. And as it keeps on going, you should be very prepared for that letting go of that going. If you try to hold on, there is suffering. That is what happens with many seekers I've seen. On one side, release is happening and certain things are happening, changes are happening in their life, but they don't want change. They want the same easy comfort zone and whatever they are in. So it's like, I want a change in life, but I don't want to change. It's a friction. So either you choose one. You say, I don't want to change. Okay, that cosmic Shakti will not force you. Your intensity will automatically decrease and all that. But if you want, then you be prepared. As simple as that. So this equation should be very clear in this Shaktipat Marga, Siddha Marga. You should be very, very clear. If you are not knowing, again, note these things down or tell it to people in case you are feeling. Because I know, I told you, can't count the number. That many seekers have told me this. Many have left meditation for years or months thinking things are going wrong. Nothing is going wrong. Everything is going right, but your mind, the ego mind, it feels that everything is going wrong. See, that is the reason I am trying to combine these things and make you understand that beyond this also there is something. I told you in every path there is a gross part and there is a subtle part. The gross part is what I told you, what happens. There is a subtle aspect after, but that will come only after you cross the gross. After you are prepared well for the gross. So once the gross is over, then the subtle journey will start. That is the inner path, what I call. See, one equation, when I tell I am on the pathless path, I don't have path. People say I have left something, I have caught. There is nothing leaving and catching. It is an evolution process. We should understand. I know these things are not common in our arena or in our knowledge or wisdom. It's not very common around. So we will not realize this. All that we have seen is somebody going from here to there and somebody is not finding this good, they go there. And we calculate on that basis. It's not that way. Trust me. It's a natural soul evolution that happens where after a certain time, the discarding happens on its own. You don't use your logic and plan and say, no, now I'm going to take this. No, it happens very spontaneously. What is supposed to be with you will remain with you. What is supposed to go out of your life will go out of. That is the intensity I'm telling you. If you are ready, and I've been prepared always. I've done that in my life. I've never tried to control my life events. Whatever happens, I've just moved through it. Because I knew the secrets of these, the Marga. Because I was well read. I refer to many other people on this and many Gyanis and many Siddhas, and because I've been studying the path, I know what happens. So I was prepared for it. And that's why I'm sharing it, because if you don't know, then you can utilize this. And once that is all gone, so that means there is a certain kind of readiness. Now you're ready to go further. Because I am telling you, as you go higher and higher, the path narrows. Please understand this. It's like a triangle. In the base it is large, but as you keep on moving up, it keeps on narrowing. The path keeps narrowing. Narrowing means you will have lesser choices as you move up. The choices are not as you have right now. Right now, if you see, you are in the world, material world, and there are so many choices that you can make. You can decide. But if you are going with a lot of intensity, load shedding will happen, which is not right for you, which is not going to be meant for you, will leave you. Plus, detachment will start happening naturally. So now, if I am not ready to detach and I am still stuck with the attachment and deep love and entangled in the desires and the worldly, then it will be very struggling, because I don't want to leave this and the cosmic force is trying to make me let me go, because you are moving towards self-realization. If you are moving towards self-realization, you got to empty your karma. You got to empty your stuff. If it is loaded, you can't go there. If it is clogged, you can't. It has to be purified. Are you getting this equation? Because only then it will, and as it keeps on moving, these choices will start reducing. You will have lesser choices to make. You will not have more choices. Why? Because when you are on the bottom of the triangle, you have wide free will, me. That is what yesterday I was talking about, the ego consciousness. The ego consciousness say, I am the doer, the doership. When the doership comes, all the decision is in your hand, because you are doing, you are the doer. And when the decision comes in your hand, you are going to take decisions. So when you take decisions, how are you taking? Out of your will, your free will. So your free will, you are taking the decision. You have wide choices and decisions to make. But as you keep on surrendering to the path and surrendering to the higher forces and allowing what has to happen, little bit of your decision, little bit of the divine will, little bit of free will, little bit of divine will, as it goes on, the intensity of the percentage of the divine will increases and your free will reduces. That's what I'm saying. The choice will become narrower. So you'll have lesser choices to do as you move up on the path. The free will start automatically reducing, and then you will come to a stage where you will know that you can't take much of decisions, even if you want to, because the divine will has taken over you. Then you don't operate on your mind, your ego, because the ego is reducing, the free will is reducing. Then what takes over is the divine will. Because why? Because I gave it permission. Nothing will happen without permission. Without permission, the divine will never overtake over. Even the Mahashakti that I am talking about, the Kundalini force. I am talking mainly about the path of the Kundalini, on the path of Shakti path, which I have been in. Okay, this is the Siddha Marga, the path of the Siddhas and Avdutas. So on this path I am talking, the free will start reducing and the divine will start over. This is what we call as surrender. The more we say we surrender to God, whatever terminology we use that, the more we say surrender. Surrender means I am not going to use my buddhi, my manas, no. Because I do not know what is best for me. If I take decisions, I might end up in the wrong track and extend my journey of liberation. It might be more janmas. I don't know. So I trust my decisions to something that has got higher power than me, more better intelligence, that is the cosmic intelligence. That is what we call as surrender to God. This is there in all the margas. Karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, raja yoga, laya yoga, any yoga you take, it's there in all the margas. So I am talking specifically with all the paths put together. So when this divine will starts taking over, your choices will narrow, as I told you, because now it is thy will. The terminology comes like Teri raza mein meri raza. Whatever is thy will. Jis vidhi rakhe, us vidhi rahiye. However he keeps. So there is less of my ego involvement in that. How many are ready for that? Many are not ready. Then we cannot complain that the journey is not proceeding further. Are you getting the catch? It is all upon you. It is all upon you. You want it, you got to be ready to let go of things that are not going to be beneficial after a certain after a certain stage of life. It might be your habits. It might be your lifestyle. It might be a lot of other comfort zones which is actually keeping you safe and not allowing you to explore yourself. It can be your own karma which you don't want to leave because of so whatever, your own attachment to people and places. I am fond of I cannot let go of this. Then take more janmas. You are destined to have more janmas because it will give you any more number of lives that you want, how much ever like. So that shows the preparedness. Am I ready? If I am ready, then I am not saying that if I am ready. Many people have the wrong notion that if they are leading the path of God or to the self-realization, then I got to leave my wife, my kids, my parents, my house, my business, my car, my estates and my body. That's not true. There, see, you are the decision maker if you say that. What I am saying, we are not the decision maker. We say, just vidhi rakhi, us vidhi rahi. And that will never just snatch away things like that. It knows there is Runa Bandhana. There is something called Runa. The depth, karmic depth is there with your family, with your people, with whatever your karma you are doing on this earth. There is a Runa. That is why you are born here. If you don't have that depth, you will never get born here. First reason. You are simply here to fulfill that Runa. Give and take. So, the cosmic will never snatch that away from you until it is over. But what it will do it will rapidify the process. So that you can finish it off without getting stuck anywhere. So you got to be prepared for that. So there most of the decisions will be very intelligent decisions to take you. So you got to trust that force. So if you trust that, saying that, oh, it's in safe hands. And even if this is looking negative or if this is looking wrong or bad or something, nothing is bad. Because when we do that, we are insulting God or the cosmic force. We are saying, we trust what your decision you take, and that takes a decision, and then I say, what the hell is this happening in my life? So it's like saying, what the hell are you doing? Are you getting it? So this is one major reason why many are stuck. And I told yesterday, I put a post that, if you want to move ahead, if you're feeling very stuck in life and all these things are happening, a lot of problems coming, mental peace is not there, this is not there, some conflict, contradiction, the questioning of what is the purpose of life, what is happening, nothing seems to go right. All these things are happening not to you, but the whole earth plane right now. As I told you, as I increase my awareness on myself, I can see the conflicts within myself, what's happening. And I study it, I examine it. My awareness shows me that. As I expand it to my near and dear ones around me, I can see that. I can feel, I can perceive what's happening. Oh, it's happening there also. So microcosm and macrocosm, they are interrelated. Experiences will happen same. And when I expand it to the cosmos, it's like to the world. I see the collective consciousness also is going through the same. Everybody is going. Now why it is going? Because I had explained this. The cosmic forces are at play right now. The evolution of the earth is happening. It is pumping in a lot of cosmic energy and it's serious. It wants the earth to evolve. All these things that we feel as negative things happening, they are not negative, including Corona, COVID. Nothing is negative. You might say deaths happened, that no death happens actually. They have all proceeded on different journeys already, those who have left. You need not worry about them. The cosmic intelligence takes care of that. What you call as death and the end of the world, it's not the end of the world. It's a continuation of a journey. We cannot see from a larger aspect. I am telling you, right now I am sitting on the Tiruvannamalai hill. I can see Tiruvannamalai from here fully because I am top of the hill. That if I am in the town, I cannot see apart from this one street or one building, a few buildings. Are you getting it? So if you raise your consciousness and raise your awareness to a certain level, you will be able to see what's happening in your life. And if you have the compassion, you will be able to see what is happening in others' lives. As simple as that. But only thing is, we don't interfere. Interference is free will, ego consciousness. We do not use the ego to go and poke our nose in others' business because they are finishing off their karma and it is their duty. If they want, they will make a decision. If they do not want, they will not. Here also I can see so many of my friends here also in the spiritual path. Like when I am in Tiruvannamalai, every place I have got friends. I can see somebody skipping off the path. Somebody is actually moving on some wrong track, or they are not in awareness, some ignorance has taken over, something blurred in their life. But I can't tell them. Free will. Their choice. Everybody has the right to make a choice. So even if you are seeing somebody is heading towards her, because we all give enough wisdom, like on these videos about awareness, this is all very common. We are talk very common. Despite knowing that if somebody is heading to making a wrong decisions, we cannot do anything. There is no guilt also that, oh my God, somebody is going on the wrong track and I'm not doing anything. There's no wrong decision. There's no guilt there. Why no guilt? Because we have done what we have to do. Like I'm doing whatever I feel is right. Whatever knowledge I have to share, whatever wisdom I have to share, experiences I have to share, everything I share here. Whether anybody takes it or not, that's not my cup of tea. So there is no guilt also. At the same time, there is compassion also. There is a willingness to help, and there is a completion, a satisfaction saying that, okay, I've done my best. So it's like that, not just for friends or the world. It begins from myself. The compassion for myself and no guilt for myself. Compassion for my family members, loved ones, and no guilt for them if they don't do. However loved they might be. Even I never interfere into my family's decisions. I set an example by living the life that I have to live. And it's all open, whatever I do in life, and it's all open. All the wisdom is there, everything is there. I talk if need be. If somebody calls on me, I definitely talk to them. That is why this personal consultation, this is for those people who want help, who are saying, I want help, okay, we are there. But without anybody asking, even if it be my own family members, go and change the decisions. No, we do not have the right. That is called interference into karmic interference. And that has consequences. So as you elevate on this platform, on this spiritual journey, you will become aware of all these things. And automatically you will stay away, though being in it. You are in it, but yet out of it. This is called being in the world, yet out of the world. You don't have to be a monk by wearing a saffron cloth and renounce everything. No, we are much living in the world in whatever, the suit, boot, or whatever you call it. We are living like normal people, but we are monks. We are monks. Truly monks from within. And we are like Vairagis. Renunciates from within, but not from outside. But we are in the world, but yet out of the world. We belong to the world, yet do not belong to anyone. I belong to every religion, but yet belong to none. No ownership or claim over any religion. But every religion we treat it as one. Every path is mine, but belong to no path. See, this is a stage where it happens very, very automatically. I'm trying to say. I don't take decisions. Should I go into that pathless path? No path. No decision. It happens on its own. And then I look around what's happening, and then I see, everything is gone. Everything is gone from me. This also is gone. And one fine day I get up and see, my path also is gone. Path gone means there is no interest. And what am I interested more in? Inner path. That stage will come with everyone. Everyone, it will, all the paths. At one stage you will come where you withdraw from the doing. Till then you do. We have to do. We cannot shortcut also. I am telling you this. Just because I am saying it doesn't mean that, it's not needed. Let us discard the path. No, it will not happen. You have to go in the natural process till you are ready for it. When the readiness comes, you don't have to take decisions. Life will take its decision because that's the divine will. So, and pathless path, I am telling you, this pathless path is a very serious concept. No path. It's not that way. See, I'll just explain to you. There is a form, there is formless. Dvait, Advaita. Form means there is what you can grossly see. There is an idol of God which I worship and worship and worship and worship. Because I am attached to that idol and I feel that God, if I give it something, I am going to get it. It's like bribing, I do my puja, I do my rituals, I pay money for it, I break a coconut for it. And there is a sense that God will be pleased. Imagine the God who created this world being pleased with your one coconut or few 100,000 or lakhs dollars. Imagine the abundance that is you can see in this world is all the creators, and you are taking not even one drop and sprinkling it on and telling, take this, I offer this to you. Whose offering are you giving it to whom? You are giving back to him and saying, I give it to you. See, this is the catches of duality. When I speak, you might not like it, but at a certain moment of evolution, you will come to know all these things. How meaningful it is, or how mean it is. What we do, we do not know, because there it's only give and take. Because we are dealing in the world, we are transactions, we are doing everything, we are doing our business, we are doing our work. Everywhere it is living, and you go to a shop, you have to give money to get something. That mentality builds up in such a way that when you go into the temple also, we try to put some money so that we get back something. Tell me, if any time we go and offer money or anything and don't ask for something, we are asking, constantly asking something, and we think by giving we are going to get. That is one idol worship, which is called idol. We are stuck to the idol, that is dualism. Okay, we have a form now. We worship the form. And I told you, this is apara bhakti. Apara bhakti is selfish bhakti. I am not saying this. Refer your own scriptures. Go and refer to Bhagavatam, and go and refer to anything on apara bhakti and apara. Apara is very clearly defined as selfish bhakti, because I need something, I worship that God. Which has to evolve to para bhakti, selfless bhakti. I don't need anything for you, I just love you for the way you are, because you have made me, you have made everything, and you will take care of me. I don't have to even come to the temple to you. I don't have to even put a lamb to you. That is when it becomes internal. That murti or that forms start evolving within you, because that God is within you. So till you realize that, there is a journey of this bhakti. That's not wrong. Those are steps that will lead you to this. But if I say, no, I cannot go into that and all, I am happy with this, then stay there. There is no evolution. There is no evolution. Because there are steps. I am not saying. Refer your scriptures. Refer all our ancestors who have done and gone beyond, who have gone to the stages of enlightenment and liberation, moksha. Do you think they are still with those dualistic tendencies? No. Even if they are, they might do it just for formalities, but everything happening within. Like in front of Bhagavan Nityananda, there used to be pujas. He never denied. Okay, have Ramakrishna Paramahansa, there were pujas. He said, okay. He also did along with them, but he did not really want it. Ramana Maharishi ji, if you see here, Sri Ramana, he also said, okay, if you want to have, because you do. And he was completely non-ritualistic. All his teachings have nothing to do with outside God or anything, but such a powerful person. So they are not fooling around, and they are not lying. You don't trust me, you at least trust them. Trust your scriptures, trust our masters, trust our ascended masters, trust the great yogis, the sages, what they have done. We don't look into their life. So that is why I try to patch this gap, because I'm not here to teach you higher scriptures. I don't feel I have the authority for that. But I'm here to patch you up, the people who, just a mediator to that scripture. Then you can do your research. Because many people don't know what is beyond a certain thing. They think this is not our cup of tea. It is going to be your cup of tea. It has to be. If you want to evolve on the ladder, you are going to drink that tea some or the other day. If that willingness is there. So what I was saying, the form. Opposite of form is formless. So till the time I'm ready, I worship the Shiva idol. I worship the Shiva form. Till I can go into the formless. Formless is inside. Advaita. Dvaita has turned into Advaita. Dualistic has turned into non-dualistic. So when God is within, and I know to do this also, Adi Shankaracharya, you see, he taught the Shiva Manas Puja. He said Shiva is not outside, it's inside. You become the Shiva, he said. You become the Shivalinga. And Shiva Manas Puja, Ratna Kalpita Masanam Himajale. There he is talking about you become the Shiva, and you pour the honey on yourself, you pour the milk on yourself, you become. See that Advaita Bhava that is. And the same Adi Shankaracharya ji made all these mathas, ashramas, established the 4 ashramas, and all dualistic. Can you see? It is also needed. But after one stage, he let go of everything. At a certain stage, he even said, I have left everything, but I couldn't leave this stick and my cloth. And then he does that. And then is when he goes into the Kedarnath and disappears there. Where we say behind Kedarnath temple is his Samadhi, Jiva Samadhi, where he just vanished into thin air from there. But that was his last this, See, that renunciation aspect has to come before self-realization, before moksha. You cannot go with the things. That is what I am trying to make you understand. These are examples of the great mystics again that I am telling you. So you got to understand this very clearly. If you only understand the path better, you will be able to walk the path better. Trust me. If you do not know your path, if you do not know these things, you will not know where you are heading, and then you will feel stuck. Nothing is stuck. It is our ignorance. It's not been clarified. There is no light put on this darkness. Ignorance is darkness. Andhakar. So, uspe jalna chahiye gyan ka deep. Which is what this awareness is about. The light of awareness, once you start developing. This wisdom, do you think I've learned and sat under a tree and learned it from some? No, it's not. It starts coming from within, because all this is stored within. Things will open up. Just open up. I just have to do some references in the books, and which I already know. So, because I don't trust myself. My journey has been that way. I have not trusted my inner voice most of the time. But I knew. Certain kind of knowing was already there. You see, I am from a Christian background. I was born, this body was born in a Christian, Roman Catholic background. And it full years of its still adult life, it lived a Christian life. Where does all these scriptures and all these things, imagination, what we are imagining or talking here about, where does all this come from? It is stored in your chitta. It's there. It's there in the Akashic records, which once you tap into, you can get it. But for that, certain level of clearing needs to be done. And I was doing that all these years. So as the clearing was done, these things opened up. And when it opened up, I was not trusting my voice. I thought this is my ego consciousness. This is my mind playing some games. And I lost a lot of years in just thinking. Because whole life I've been in that mode of I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy, because I went through all these traumas and all that, where I didn't feel worthy enough. As many people say, I don't feel loved enough. Yes, I went through all that. So that was a phase. People today tell me, craving for love. No, they are seeing my past. They are seeing the Chintu that was there many years back, 10 years back. And they expect that Chintu to be the same Chintu. And when they see that ये तो कोई और है, मैं तो किसी और को देख रहा था, वो कहाँ गया बंदा? वो गया. वो गया नहीं तो evolution कैसा है? So you can't sit with the same Chintu, little Chintu. It's gone. So if we know the path, we will not have these. We do not know the path fully, completely. What happens in evolution? How everybody's consciousness changes. So I'm telling you my story only, where I did not trust. And just couple of years back, you can say just 2 years back or something, when I started looking into the scriptures, one line I used to read and the rest of the page I knew. I know this. Take out anything. I know this. Where is that knowledge coming from? Then it took me a few years, because that is what happened when we, get treated in this world. Like you are good for nothing. You are just a Chintu. You stay there only. You be there only. It starts from our parents, from our childhood. Hey, you are good for nothing, or the things like that. It goes on. So we start believing we are good for nothing. I am not worthy for it. Oh, I cannot go for it. Many of us have this tendency. Oh, that thing, we cannot. I don't think so. Utna inner path, I don't think so. I'm not capable. So if you believe, so be it. It will happen that way. So what do you want? If you don't want that, then trust the people at least who are, giving their life experiences on this. True experiences, real experiences. So when I actually started looking at this and said, oh my God, this is all there. My Guru always told, this is all within you. The jnana, the wisdom is all within you. I never trusted it, because I felt unworthy. So I was running around for worthiness, somebody to appreciate, and somebody to get loved. And those years, not now. No way. Those years. So people who saw me in those years, they said, he's still running around. So you tell him anything, you give him a little, chota sa ek toffee de do, he'll smile and he'll fall flat for you. Anybody gives a smile, because he has not received that. This is all our life journey, But once you start getting in tune with the higher forces, and then the contentment starts flowing from there, there's a certain kind of peace and fulfillment. Then you don't need anything from out. You really don't need, I'm telling you. It's come to a point where even the vicinity, the physical vicinity of the Guru is not needed. But I love him immensely. I can't even express. I don't want to flaunt it. I can't even express the kind of love I have. I don't have to tell this on screen, but I'm telling you, those things are there. But still, on the other end, there is no desire for the physical touch or physical seeing or physical speech. Not at all. And that is when I know I'm on the right path. Because all this has been stated in the scriptures and the mystics have talked about it. This is what Lord Dakshinamurti teaches. So when are we going to go into those aspects? We are still with the form. We are still stuck in the form. We don't want to evolve, and we are telling we are stuck. We have made ourselves stuck. Nobody has stuck us. We have stuck us with our beliefs and conditioning and that feeling, unworthiness. We are impure. Forget your impurity. Self-judgment this is. Self-immolation. I am not worthy, I am dirty. I still have negative thoughts. I have dirty thoughts. I have this kind of desires. Why are you taking that decision? You tell that to the divine and see. You tell, I still have these things, but I need your help. I want to move on the path. Purify me. Help me. I need your help. Do that. Why should it not happen? Instead of complaining, instead of self-judging and saying, I'm not good for nothing. I still have this impurity. I have this negativity. And because I have this negativity, you might say, I want the path, you're moving higher, you're trying to evolve and become enlightened and all that. But the subconscious aspect of you is telling, you are trying to do that? You're full of filth, my dear. You cannot go there. It's your subconscious and it's not the reality. So that is why we say, empty those things which do not suit you, which is not allowing you to go ahead. It's all there in your subconscious and you got to meditate for that. You got to do these practices. You got to get into awareness and be aware all the time. And then slowly, as the light of awareness falls into your darkness, into the filthy zones, all that will start moving and it will start clearing. And when it starts clearing, the light will start emanating from within. But you have to have that guts and courage to let go of the dirt that you're holding. We cannot justify it. We cannot say from one end, I need enlightenment, I need self-realization, and the other end, I'm not ready to let go of my muck, my dirty habits, my tendencies, my vasanas. If you hold on to that and you're saying this, it can never happen, my dear. You cannot have light and darkness at the same time. Please understand this concept. You cannot have darkness and light at the same time. If you're calling in light, that light will come and clear your darkness, and if you're holding the darkness, that light cannot come in. Simple as that. And if you let go and allow the divine will to precede the ego consciousness, the self will, the free will, things will happen very easily. And there you don't have to fret it out. You don't have to do with all that intensity. That doership will start reducing. I am the doer. Let me do this. Let me heal myself. Let me purify. That is needed. Just as a dynamo, just a kickstart is needed. But once you do the kickstart, you surrender to the higher cosmic energy and say, do it. And do it with a clean, pure heart and see why it will not do. The grace will just flow and it will start. You will start seeing changes, my dear. I'm telling you. In a couple of months to years, you will start seeing a lot of changes happening. All those things which whole life we have said, I'm unable to let this go. I've got these habits, these tendencies, which subconsciously will haunt you. You'll see now suddenly they are disappearing. If you allow it to. If you are holding on to them, if you are holding on to all your attachments, no, I cannot let go of this person, that person, this, very dear, then you sit with it. Light won't seep in. If you see I'm ready, that willingness is needed. That's the permission. When you have the willingness, that's the permission that you give to the divine, that cosmic energy to work on you. And without permission, nobody will intrude your space. That is the divine universal law. Nothing can intrude your space without your permission. That's called free will. So that free will, you just give it off. And allow. And it's an easy journey when you do that. You don't have to sit doing everything. You don't have to worry about everything. I have given enough examples in this 10 years of my sharings. How things spontaneously happen. Everything just falls into place. And you just go on enjoying. It's so easy to take a back seat and allow life to take you. But we should have the courage, if it is going through some negative zones, to understand that this is going for good. Not that, you see something negative or something dark and you get frightened. Oh my God, I'm going in the wrong direction. The GPS is all gone wrong. No, it's not gone wrong. It's all going fine. But you have to go through those zones. And who has created those zones? You only have created those negative, dark zones. So the only responsibility that you take, how do you take responsibility for your dark zones? By going through it. Oh, it's my creation. Oh, understand. Okay, let me go through it now. It's the crap that I created. Some or the other time, if I don't remember, from my past lifetime it has come in. Okay, let me let go of this crap. How do you let go? By taking a back seat and moving through it. And I'm telling you, if you practice the shifting into awareness, and awareness is the gift that you will have to take you through all those zones, because you elevate your consciousness, and from that consciousness, I told you I'm sitting on top of the hill right now. From here I can see the whole town. If you sit up, if you elevate yourself, you can see things very much clearly, why things are happening. So it will not bother you much. You'll say, it's okay. It's okay. If it's happening, it's okay. I know, I can see there is something far there. But if you're in the ground level, you can't see more than 100 meters. That is what I'm saying. That awareness you should develop. Awareness is your greatest tool that will take you through everything. And I'm telling you, awareness made me aware of all these scriptures and things. The more I heightened my awareness, I could see, my awareness is seeing all this and reading through all these things very easily. The teachings of my Guru, my master. I didn't have to by heart those things. I could penetrate through that and see through everything in clarity. Awareness, the gift of awareness. That's grace, I'm telling you. And if grace is there, I'm telling you, awareness will pour on you. So if awareness is knocking at your door, that's grace in disguise. Because it's like it's giving you a flashlight. Use this for your journey. So if you deny that, you're saying, I'll go with a matchstick in the darkness. Are you getting that? So I was saying form and formless. If we are still stuck with the forms of God, forms of things, it's not. It's all formless. It goes to an extent where it is all non-dual. So the moment I have that courage to see the formless, I'm telling you, everything has got an opposite. Form, formless. Path, pathless. Are you getting it? This is what I mean when I say I am on the pathless path. No path here. Because the paths have dissolved. Just like the form dissolves after a certain stage. Then every path is yours and no particular path is yours. Every religion is yours, no particular religion is yours. Every God is yours, whatever they call it. But no, you don't have a personal God. You don't have a favorite deity. It's all gone. Favoritism is all gone. It's all sunk into one cosmic consciousness. The universal divine consciousness, the source. You are now tapping directly into the source and not falling into the diversity. Diversity is mithya, illusion, which is called maya. The diversity is the multiple. The more the diversities you are stuck in, the more deeper you are in maya. Are you getting that? And that is why I say the key secret. I told I will share those things where you can get off your life from the stuckedness. And people are saying, yes, please share that, please share that. Everybody wants. And when I put the video, nobody wants to look into it. Because these things we are not prepared. So this is the tendency I'm telling. We want to go there, but we don't want to go there. We want something desperately, but we don't want it. Consciously we want it. Subconsciously we don't want it. We are denying it. Why? Because that video I spoke about detachment. Be ready. As I told you, the triangle narrows on top. Here it is broader, you have a lot of choices, but as you narrow, you will have less and less choices. Life will not give you choices, I'm telling you. Lesser choices, it will just happen to you. You can't choose then. As you go higher and higher, no, I need this, no. That will go off from your hand. That free will is being taken off. Divine will. By the time you will be ready. It's not like right now you might understand it, but that time it will be ready and you will be very clear with, okay, it's fine. So when the choice is narrow, you go on the top, it will become lesser and lesser and lesser choices. Then as you go very higher, there's nothing that you are holding there. Everything. Why the choices are reducing? Because all that you're holding is being taken out. This is called discarding. And this is what I explained. If you are in the Grahastha ashram, for example, please think of other two ashrams that are going to come after this. Vanaprastha ashram is there. And after that you have the Sannyasa ashram. Vanaprasth, by the time you enter into Vanaprasth, that is the forest dwelling it is called. From the householder, you got to get into forest dwelling. When you are in the forest mode, you are handling over the responsibility, worldly responsibility. You have done till then, you have enjoyed life, you have done all your responsibilities, everything, till you can say like 50 plus or 55 or whatever you call that. You have done everything, and now is the time to withdraw from the world. You cannot be stuck in this world and expect self-realization. That will never happen. It's a wrong myth to think that I am going to hold on everything and I am getting self-realization. I can vouch on this. It will not happen. You study any mistakes, you study any scripture and see it doesn't go that way. That is why these ashramas are made. Okay, you got desires, you got responsibilities. Don't discard them. There is a time period in your life that you dedicate as a householder, grahast. Work on all that. But slowly then start withdrawing, because without withdrawing you cannot evolve further. You got to start detaching from things. You don't have to do it personally. You just have to bring the desire. Okay, I'm ready. Permission given, work will start. The cosmic force knows what to do. If it is frightening you, then you're not ready. Stay as a householder till the end. Go and be born again. Come in the householder, again not able to live, go on. Punarapi jananam punarapi maranam. Janmam it is called. Repeated births and repeated deaths. This goes on. So this is for only people who want to exit this cycle. That is when the inner path begins. First the outer path I told you, with the form. Outer path you can see everything has got form, everything has got a ritual, it has got a study, it has got a scripture, it has got a sadhana, it has got tools, this tool, that tool, yagya, homa, abhishekam, puja, arti, rituals, everything external. Outer path. A time will reach when it shadows down and everything will turn inward suddenly. Outer everything will, all these, your tendencies will go. You will have no interest. I'm telling you will have no interest doing all that. And then it will all be inside. Inside is formless. Can you see the opposites? From there you go into the inward and then the inner path. Yesterday's video I shared on inner path. If you have not seen it, see it. It's a very important video. But I'm telling you, we are not ready for it yet. Then these things are but we want growth, we want evolution, we want self-realization, we want all those high things in this, we want freedom. Like people say, you are so free, you are moving so free. I wish I could have a life like you. You do whatever you want and everything is so free, you are moving around, you are doing all the things that you love, passion, but you have no responsibilities. You are lucky. It's not lucky. I had responsibilities once upon a time, everything was there. But slowly it will go on, because that's the divine work that is going on. That is what we call as kripa, the Guru kripa, the Master's grace. This all works. And the Master also will not give until you are ready for it. He knows what is your inside. He will give you that kind of light, he will give you that kind of motivation. His prayers are there, his will is there, divine will, his sankalpa is there, that let this child go into that mode, because he is ready. If you are not ready, they will not say, because it will cause you harm. You'll fret and fume if things happen to you, when you are not ready. So you call that Master's grace, you call that inner grace, you call that God's grace. It's all one thing only. It acts through the Master, but it's all God's grace or the higher grace. That's a very important video. Again, I am telling you. Shifting into awareness, I put it on that platform. It is called the Inner Path. It's a 1 hour video that I made, because I was divinely guided to make that video. And that is why I made that offline video, and after that I came live for 15 minutes and I told the importance of this video. This is coming from the foothills, on the hill, not in foothills, from Arunachala, the Shiva Tattva. In the Agni Swarupa, he is there, where I am sitting right now. This is all the Shiva Tattva here. Jagrit, alive and active, functional place this is. So it has to have a meaning. I don't know, it made sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to you. But I'm telling you, that's why I said these videos are, now what I'm going to make is all for the inner path only. Videos, all the material that I'm going to provide. And it's okay even if there are very less people. I told you, this is a lesser path. Even Ramana Maharshi, yesterday I was reading Sri Ramana. Somebody asked him, what about that path? You never talk about that path, this path. How they do. There is ritualistic, there is bhakti, there is so much of selfless service karma. He said all that karma kanda, bhakti and everything is fine. It is for the immature people. These are his words. Sri Ramana's words. It is for the immature people. Because they are not matured to that level where they can move towards the inner journey yet. So it is needed for them. Let them take their time. So somebody asked, no, I feel that they need. He said, Summairu. Said, be silent. I read that passage yesterday to you, where he actually said these things. I'll read that again to you. So I am telling the seriousness of this the spiritual journey. See here. He says, do not tell this path to all, only the few who can manifest an anxiety to know the truth and an eagerness to find it should be told this. With all others, be silent and keep it secret. Sri Ramana said that. There has to be meaning in that. And that explains why he was always in Mauna. People called him the silent sage here. Very silent. He never talks anything. But when I come here, huge, loads of material that he has spoken on. And why they call him the silent sage? Because maximum people who saw him as a silent sage. Because all the maximum that came to him were worldly people. So if somebody came, I want a job, I'm not getting, my business is going down, can you do something? My family is not growing, can you do something? I don't have a child, can you do something? He used to not speak. He was a different kind of a sage. He was only for that inner path. Those who are matured, couldn't understand him, came to him for that, they received. And the rest who asked about the inner journey, about the higher tattvas, he opened up his heart. That is all what these scriptures are all about. So I am telling you, I understand these videos are, and it is not made for popularity, it is not made for, I am telling you there are subjects which I can sit and make, which I know the pulse of the people by now. What they like and all that. We are not here for all that business. So it's not for that. This is seriously for seekers who are on the path of realizing the self. Because I have been a serious seeker on this path and I know the turmoils that comes. There is so much of turmoils that come. So with that, I understand. Okay. Let me try to help somebody who is in that and who might be deluded, who might be having some kind of that questions. Okay, just hold on for a moment. Okay. So that's the reason I'm making it, and this is only for limited people. Again, I'm telling you, but I'm seriously going to now focus on these only. Whoever likes it, takes it. Who doesn't like it, move on. There are other places where you will be told how to excel in worldly life and spirituality in the worldly life. There are many. You can refer to them. Definitely. You will definitely get some success there. But success here again matters. Inside also matters. So I was just making a post today that success means different things to different people. To a worldly spiritual person, success has a different definition. To a seeker or an aspirant who is on the path of self-realization or on the path of moksha or liberation, success is a different definition. You cannot combine them. So you cannot commonly call you are successful or you are not successful. Because what might be your success may be my roadway to hell, to doom. And what is my definition of success may be a joke for you. Are you getting it? I made that post, I have not posted it yet. It's a image that I made. This is very true. So we will not know what is meant. What we want, we take that from here. So the awakening I was telling you. Until we are ready, after the awakening happens, we are ready to move on the path. It's all our decisions. And the faster and quicker we make the decision, the more easier the journey will become. But that readiness should be inside. That okay, after a certain time, I will be asked, or life will make these changes in my life, and I am ready to undergo those changes. And come what may, if you go, then a time will come when you will have that freedom. Then you say, oh, somebody is so free and somebody is moving and living life, enjoying life and relishing and cherishing, and there is inner happiness, there is contentment, there is no need for somebody to love and is not going here and there. That will not come. That will all go. Inner satisfaction, inner peace is very important. So when you have that, that need will not be there. And that is liberation. Half the liberation happens here while you are alive. You will get liberated from all the bondages first. And last final stage is chota mota, whatever is there. Yeah, it's not like, you get fully free. So people tell me, you are talking this, but you got to be this, or are you doing this? You do not have to sit judging me, because I know, my awareness tells me, okay, this is still there. Okay, this aspect is still there where I got to work on, and I'm working. I'm like a student moving on, seeker. But I don't hold guilt. So when I don't hold guilt, I don't allow anybody to give me guilt. So when they tell, I know, majority. It's okay. But there are brighter aspects within me, which I try to share. The darker aspects, I don't need to share, but I work on it. If everything was light in me, then I would have been liberated. I wouldn't have been sitting here in front of you. This is practical spirituality. Let us talk practical here. So if I'm here, if we are here, if the doership is there, like I have to take this mobile and put some posts and prepare some notes and put their Jake Light name and put the shifting into awareness advertisements in the start and end, do some consultation, there is all doership in this. Even to make this video, there's a doership. But as I told you, the free will has to be used as a dynamo, as a kickstart. So the doership comes in me. I got to do this. Let me do this. And the moment I start doing it, then I let go. Then something takes over. Then rest, it is done. This is how our attitude should be. You use the doership, whatever your vasanas or tendency, what is coming, you use that. But once you initiate it, you let go. And then let the divine work. In this way, what happens? Your vasanas are clear, your desires are fulfilled. There is a certain desire. Now I need to do this video. It's a desire that is evoked in me. I need to do this. It's a desire. Fulfillment. How? I come, take the camera and do this right now. But as soon as I begin, then I let go of the doership. That's the secret. And then what has to flow through me will just flow. Then there is no logic, then there is no planning, nothing. What is flowing is spontaneity. Spirituality means spontaneity. When you are connected to the higher zones, spontaneous. There is no effort. You can see it will be always effortless. There is no script, there is no planning, there is no this way, that way, nothing. It just happens. So if that happens with all the lives that I have done, 8 hours, 5 hours of continuous non-stop spontaneity that is flowing. What makes us think this attitude, this behavior is not there in the other aspects of life? It's a tendency. So it will be there in all the other aspects of life. My other way I am living life. That will be. Kickstart, live it. Oh, there is a thing, I should go to Tirunamale. Desire. I need to go to Tirunamale. Bas, desire, kickstart. Then I let go, I start doing my work. Then suddenly things start falling in place. Everything falls in place. And it takes me. Then there is no doership there. So can you see that? So desires ki bhi purti ho rahi hai, इच्छाओं की पूर्ति भी हो रही है, and the divine will also is taking care of that. So it's a balance that's going. For me, definition, this is 100% worldly and this is 100% spiritual. I'm able to live my worldly life also completely without discarding it. At the same time, 100% spiritual I'm giving. I'm telling you the truth. Whereas if you just refer into your life and look into it deeply and see, you will see 150% worldly, 50% or even less than that spiritual. Check it out. You will get the answers. So practical spirituality means actually, living it very practically, not just philosophically. We know some theory, we know the teaching. Chalo, andhadhun nahi. You have to actually go through it and study, immerse yourself in awareness on that. So I think I have told all this. So the journey, as the journey thins, remember these words, as the journey thins, the ego also thins. This is the way to bring down duality, bring down ego consciousness, not by fighting it. The whole video that I have said, those who have entered late, please refer to it again. This whole video talks about it. And if you are ready with this whole video, if you understand the whole concept and you start walking in this way, in whichever path you are, I'm not asking you to change on whichever path, But remember the subtle aspect of the path, any path that you are in. If you are in a grace path, there is something beyond that. Vanaprastha sannyas. Sannyas is complete renunciation. So there is no point even competing, saying that grahasth is better than sannyas. There is no, it's all God's paths only. See, that is why he has put even sannyas in the grahasth also. So you can't run away from that renunciation. The renunciation is there even in the grahasth. People don't speak about it, that's another thing. We don't talk because we don't like it. So if you don't like, then we are not following the standards built by the rishis or above them, the Guru Mandala. So we got to be honest, that's practical spirituality. And as I said, I will start posting more about Avadhut Gita, Chidakasha Gita, Uddhav Gita, all the Vairagya Shatakam, all the higher kind of scriptures, because they are very, very deep. And then you can correlate and see whether I am following this on my path. If I am on the path of Avadhutas, if the lineages of Avadhutas, we talk, it's the Dattatreya Avadhuta lineage, Nityananda Avadhuta lineage, Matsyendranath, Gorakshanath, these are all Avadhut traditions. Our Guru, Avadhut traditions. If it is all that, then are we abiding with the Avadhut Gita? Because if this is the lineage of Avadhut, then the Avadhut Gita is our Gita. Chidakasha Gita, it comes from one of our ascended masters in the Guru Mandala. Are we following that? If we take pride in having them as our masters and following everything, if we invoke them, we take their help, everything we are doing, then we need to follow what they have set. There are certain standards that they have set. Certain principles, certain teachings are there. So honestly, we have got to follow that. So I am posting this deliberately to just ensure that are we being very choosy and selecting only nice cozy teachings of theirs. Even our Gurudevs, you see, he has talked so much on the self and going deep, and you meditate on yourself. So many things he have told. Never those teachings I have never seen any teachings. You go to my page, Divine Touches of Master, the Facebook page. There also you will see I have posted only those kind of things which are on higher spirituality of Gurudev. But you will not find it floating around. Why? We are choosy. Why choosy? Because we want to select only the nice ones. We cannot. Path is a complete path. If you want complete fulfillment in the path, complete teachings and preachings have to be followed in totality. So it's my desire, my free will desire, to share more about Chidakasha Gita and Avadhut Gita and Vairagya Shatakam and all those higher paths. Rest is divine will. I'll do that kickstart and then I don't know. I've just put it off. Then whatever happens, it flows in that manner. So as I told you, as the journey thins, the ego thins. Or you can take it vice versa. As the ego thins, the journey thins. See how beautiful it is. This thought came to me while I was meditating today in Sri Ramana's Samadhi place. As I was getting out from my meditation, the first thought that came to me was this. As the journey thins, the ego thins. And vice versa. As the ego thins, the journey thins. You can choose any way. You can choose to thin your ego, automatically the journey will thin. Thin means narrow. It is going, becoming narrow and leading you to the final goal. Less choices, less distractions. Here, a lot of distraction. As a triangle, it becomes lesser distractions. I am not distracted right now. I am telling you really, because all the distractions I have let gone. I have done these tools during my journey. Many things I have not hold of. Many things was taken away from me by the divine, because that's supposed to be the path. And now I have lesser distraction. And when you have lesser distraction, automatically your focus will go on the path. You can see 24/7 I am living the path. I am in the path, doing all the things in the path. Even all the sharing, it's all about the path. So all these are bhanas for me. It's like a sadhana, it's like a tapas for me. So when I am doing this work also is related to that higher thing. Every time I talk about it, it goes into my being, into my cells, into my consciousness. So it helps me also while I do that, and that is why I deliberately do all these things. Why? Because I don't have any distractions now. You can't call me lucky. No, I worked for it. Work, not hard work. Surrender. And work means the work comes when these things start creating chaos in your life, conflicts and turmoils and inner lack of peace and all that. You have so much tensed and all that, all worries, and you feel all negativities, nothing is going well. That is the work we got to do. In that, what my work was, raising myself in awareness and being less restless, understanding it is meant to be, it is the divine will, and going with trust. That is the intense work that we do. That's the only work that we do, that we don't get entangled in it. Are you getting it? This will happen only if you go through this properly. Then you will go see the other side. Otherwise, you are going to have sufferings all the time. Turmoil. हो रहा नहीं, 2 साल से ही हो रहा है also. Give solutions. And when the solution, ये नहीं चलेगा. ये what you're telling, discarding, ये इतना काम है, इतने responsibilities है, इतना पैसा बनाना है या बनाया है, कहाँ करना, अभी इसको देना नहीं. You have time for all that till the Vanaprastha. You start walking today towards that, it will happen. If you keep complaining, then there are many people who will die as a householder. Householder, if you die, grahastha, you have all the vasanas and tendencies and attachments. That's not purna janma. It's not a completion. So you go incomplete. If you don't want that, these things are there, laid. Solutions are there, but it will have to be taken. So as the ego thins, ego, I told you yesterday, it's not that pride, that arrogance, that ahankara, it's not that. Duality. How do you work on your ego? You look into that video very clearly. I have told you don't have to sit killing your ego. You cannot. The ego cannot kill the ego. I have told that. What you need to do is reduce duality. Duality causes ego. Only when ego is there, duality comes in. 2 ways. Or when duality is there, ego is strengthened. Sri Ramana reveals these secrets. So this is meant for people who are ready to take this understanding. So if you work on duality, reducing your duality and going more into Advaita, non-duality, shifting towards that, you will see automatically your ego is thinning. And the ego is thinning, your journey will thin. The journey is thinning, lesser the distractions. I hope this is a very important video, dear ones. I hope this will help you. Please do share it. I don't ask you to share videos, but this one you share it, because there are many people who are confused on this. This will give them a very good clarity on where they need to be. So you please share it with your dear and near ones whom you care about, whom you like to evolve along with you, and share the light. So I think nobody, any questions and all, I didn't see because I was continuously talking. And once it's before getting dark, I have to get down the hill because okay, let me see. I'll just take a moment to see if anybody has asked any questions. Rohit, Bhaiya, when you are walking the path, living in the social world, you become an outcast and start feeling out of the place, which dips your energy while you try to fit in at work and your people. How to deal with such emotions? Very beautiful question. I have answered. I think you had asked this long back, but I think I have answered it in this video. But still, a little pointer I would like to give. This is the same thing that I am telling you. When the awakening happens, lot of things starts churning within you, and a lot of conflicts will happen. They are not conflicts. Please take this as a blessing. I had made another video saying that suffering is grace. If you understand this, you will go through it very easily. And how to deal with such kind of emotions and how to deal with people and places that are in conflict with you. For this, there is only one way out. Learn to practice shifting into awareness. Because the more aware you are, more sajag you are, you rise above that conflicts or that reactiveness or that sudden irritation and all that. So the more you practice, you will suddenly see there is irritation in you, there is anger in you, but you are not touched by it. That's a very secretive thing. I've seen that in my journey. You will have these emotions. I'm not saying they will not, but it won't touch you because you are in the space of awareness. If you are in body consciousness, mind consciousness, ego consciousness, they will affect you. And this will not come immediately. You have to practice. Keep on practicing that awareness. Awareness will help you. That's what I said. It is your tool. It's a major tool that will help you. Shreyasiya Swami, outside situations stucks our path, they don't let us move out of this ego. No, you can't blame them. You can't blame them. You can't tell other people are the cause of my ego. No, you are the cause of your ego. I've explained this very clearly in the video. I think you have joined late, so you can look at this video again and watch these videos in awareness. Don't be in a hurry. It's like watching all those motivators and life coaches on YouTube. They have so many tips and things, how to achieve success, how to do this faster, and these are not those videos. These are very deep insight videos for your raising your consciousness. For that, you have to be consciously present here. Read these videos, study these videos, study, I would say, literally. Treat this as a study material, and this is very divine material. Do not treat it just like, just another video, chalo, jaldi karke kuch mila isme, don't do that. Go in awareness. I'm telling you, all the solutions are there. In this video and last video that I made, just yesterday that I posted, many things are there. That's why I said, in that video also I said, repeatedly watch it. People have not even watched it one time fully. Because that's okay, because they are not prepared, and if you are not prepared, this video is not for them. The platform shifting into awareness is not for those people who are not yet ready. It is only for people who are ready to go beyond. They will only understand it. That is where my wavelength comes from. That is where we understand each other. Our wavelength is on that. So outside situation, don't do anything. I'm telling you, if you are in awareness, you will understand outside challenges are there, but it will not affect you. And the whole challenge is to make us move smoothly through all the challenges, because coming on the spiritual path, never expect that all my environment is going to change and everything beautiful. Never. You are going to change. People around will not change. Situations will not change, because they are not ready. There are a lot of lessons for others. They need this earth plane. There are a lot of schooling that is going on for them. So allow them to learn. Why do we need to change the earth plane? This earth is going to be this way. It's not going to change. Dimensions will shift. You are shifting. Your consciousness, your frequency will change in your different levels of consciousness. That kind of people will. But the earth will remain with all the Ds. 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, to all the Ds. Because constantly there are souls coming here to learn lessons. So you can't say, let all these things go. No. It is. See, if it is not meant for you, if you have learned the lesson, you will shift away from that frequency. Life will give you those frequencies which is in your match, your vibration. And all those people who are not, and people and circumstances who are not in your match, will be moved away from you. I have made many videos on this. I have seen this in my life. All obstacles and challenges which prevent your growth will be taken off from you. That's divine power. What we need to do is pure intentions. If the purer your intention, the faster that divine will work. So purify that. Strengthen the intention that I need, and never ever say the world has to change. That's a wrong approach. When you say that, you are giving permission to the divine, I need more lessons. Because then more lessons will come to teach that no, world is not responsible, you are responsible. So that's a different take, I am telling you. So be very conscious, be very aware of these things, how you deal with these subjects. So go very deep into it. So I think I've talked enough on it today. It was a powerful video, and I could see something else working very powerfully. I don't talk about these things, but then because the ego also starts playing, then something else is doing and all that stuff. So it's okay. And people will not understand this. They'll think hallucinations. You will understand when you actually walk this path. You will relate to me. You will say, yeah, this guy was telling correct. So one day, let's hope we all meet at that place where we don't have to talk to each other and we don't have to say things to. We understand. One nudge and we understand. No, one line and we understand the whole book. It will happen. It will happen. Day once. Yes, Shreyasiji. So glad you got that. Anything else? I can't see anything else. Okay then. With lots of divine love and light, tonight is my train. I'm leaving. I don't feel like going from here. But yes, there are other responsibilities. There are some more consultations that have come in. So I couldn't take them today. some have come from other countries again. And that is also one good thing here. I want to tell, if anybody wants that kind of personal assistance, if you are feeling stuck, there are times, when these are all I'm revealing here. There is no other secrets. Everything is revealed. Sometimes you might feel stuck that, even after knowing this, I'm not getting some certain things. I'm not understanding. That time you can take my help. We sit together, we work out, and I'll share you those reviews, because I have just requested those people. They've had a wow factor, because at the end of every session they say, wow, everything is clear, and they come very brooded, very clouded, and no clarity and all those things, and they have a doubt whether anything else will happen, because nothing has happened till now, and then everything opens up, and they are like, wow. So I just requested, can you put some reviews and write. If you want to keep your name, keep. If you don't like, put some other name or something. But write from your heart what you come through that, and you can see this things work. So it's all divine work, anyways. So with much divine love and light to all of you, this is how it looks now. Almost sunset. I think I'll keep it on for a little while till I catch up with the path that I'm supposed to go, and these are the paths. Rest who want to leave can leave. The others who just want to, I don't know where I came from. There are 2 deep paths here, so I'll just hold this till then. See, there are different views of this hill, beautiful hill. It's thorny here, a lot of stones here. And nobody knows I'm here, because I come usually and sit alone in these places. A lot of dogs and monkeys here, so sometimes I keep a stick with me just to shoo them away, or sometimes I carry some eatables for them. See, there is one part of the hill. This is just one part of the hill. The actual hill is this side. You can't see it from here. This is just one side of the hill, if you can see it. This path goes deep into the forest. There is a forest actually. Government has banned moving inside the hills and all there. You can't actually go on top of the hills there. Only on the path which is given you can go, but on the stony hills you cannot go. Because from here all the jungle starts, forest starts, and there are wild animals and all that side. This is the reserved forest actually, so they don't allow. And sometimes villagers often say, all this side animals can come in and all. That is one reason I said it's getting dark. Let me start moving. You will sense the peace if you just even be with this video. That I was sitting somewhere there inside that place. From there. This is full forest. Getting dark here. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala. See, this is the path that goes up towards the hill. Okay, this is the allowed path where people can move. The other paths are not allowed to go on top. So this is the official path actually. And every time I take some diversions. This time I took a diversion this side. I came from there. And this is actually returning back to the foothills. So this is going down. Yesterday morning I had climbed up from here and gone deep into that space, beyond this rocks there. I'm just keeping this video on for those who love this place and like to have the feel of this place. Here is another short road. People don't go, in the sideways nobody goes. It's little scary there also, so people who are not familiar will not go. It's all jungle that side. So they go with this stony road only. If you can see, there is no regular people even now. As it gets dark, there are lesser people this side. Arunachal Shiva, Arunachal Shiva, Arunachal Shiva, Arunachal, Arunachal Shiva, Shiva. Here is another path. All the side paths nobody takes much. This also goes deeper somewhere else. There is a rock here. I often sit here. And this side also all rocks. Here if you come, you can feed the monkeys and dogs, but do not carry anything in your hand. Monkeys will snatch it very rudely from your hand, including your bags and purses, and run away. So you got to be very careful. You got to use some strap bag like this, that I'm using, which can be fastened to your body, and then inside you need to keep it very zipped. Monkeys are so cunning, they will directly come and attack your zip of the bag, and they know how, there will be something stored here and there. So here this is a space, there is a nice space here. Here there will be a lot of children. There is like a slum area here. There, I don't know if you can see it. This also, there is one more path, that side it goes. This is from where we came. Hemant Lata, Nikabai, I am not getting live notifications of your video, but today I happened to be on the phone and saw you live. That's purely, thank you. Okay, you can just see there is a option there where you can select your notification. When you go to the page or Jake Light, you can see there a notification. This is there where you can actually show me notification, something like that. So here also there are roots up where people sit. Actually, you can actually see, I feel I am alone in this forest today now, right now. I don't see a single soul. Almost down here. So when we end this, it directly enters into Ramanashram. There is a gate, and directly it is into Ramanashram. But they close the gate. They have some timings. Only then we open. So actually you can begin climbing this hill through the Ramanashram itself. Board here. Okay. Annamalai. This mountain is called Annamalai also. There's a beautiful board here. Very nice. Dear visitors, welcome to Arunachala, the holy mountain of light and presence of the Lord himself. Please serve God and just take a little bit of the garbage from others on the hill with you down to the town where you will come down again. It will improve the benefits of your prayers a lot. Yeah, there is a lot of dirt up there, and many Westerners I have seen. Westerners do this very selflessly. They bring down the garbage from there. And down it says, hands that serve are holier than lips that pray. Om Namah Shivaya. This is what is written there. So we are at the foothill. We come down, and from here I had started walking up, and there you can see that's Ramanashram. Okay, this is the gate. There is a gate here. This gate is closed now, but it is open for a few hours in the day, and this is Ramanashram. So it's easier during the day and certain time. If you come, you can actually go there. And there are people staying here, villagers. That's the ashram. So those what you can see are the samadhis of the disciples of Sri Ramana. disciples and the trustees, the people who looked after this place after Sri Ramana went. So this is the gate. And I have to walk through this path now, to go through this small village road to get out to that road, main road. That is the only road from this side. And this is thanks to all our visitors, the garbage that you can see. Any beautiful place will have this. See, this is the gate. This is Ramana Ashram. That's where his samadhi is. And these are the samadhis of the people who took care of this place. And accommodations and all are this side. And it goes on. This is the back side of the ashram. Okay then, I take your leave. Stay blessed. Much divine love and light to all of you. Dogs are welcoming here with barks. Bye.